Hello and welcome to eSailing TV. My name is Thomas Bjørn Lytti and welcome to the Open Danish Championship. It's going to be round number 1 and round number 2 we are going to follow today. 80 skippers, international skippers are here from the start, but there's also a lot of Danish skippers because the Danes will have the prize as champions of Denmark. But it's an open championship, so we're going to see a high level, intense level. And today we're going to see all the participants racing in 2 groups. And let's go in and watch the group in a few sec. It's going to be very big. I know all the organizers are getting ready for this intense race we have today. And we can follow the servers there. But we have to also throw out a huge shoutcast for Danish Sejlunion for hosting their first of many, hopefully, championships around the world. And here we can see the program who's coming in. We're going to have a race format. They're going to race 2 groups today, 2 rounds, where all racers will have a race in the Xyq 17, the 49er, the J17 and a J17. And they're doing it 2 times with mixed groups where they will get an ELO score. And in the end, top 14 of this ELO score will go into the final tomorrow. And see here, who do we have with us? Roxy Joni, one of the best German skippers. Lucas Moore, my favorite Dane, but let's see, he will be under pressure. Alexander Menino, bronze medal winner, World Championship 2017. Mangina. We have Felix Superman Rune from Denmark. Xyq, also a huge Dane. We have Matt USA, Tattoo Defix. I can continue naming all this, but another Dane that I have my eye on is Clark 123 from southern part of Denmark. And we can continue going down the list. We can see also UAEA is there, but Miguel Dunes is also there from Spain, a top Spanish sailor. Martin Fernandez and D. Lima from the Portuguese leagues. All of them are in there. But today we are going to follow different groups. We are going to follow them step by step, and we will follow 4 races in total. So let's go in and find race number 1. And it's going to be fantastic because I know I have the Danes in the ears. I don't know. I can hear how they are organizing. It's all about being ready on time, or else you will not be able to join the race. And they are really hardcore. It's so fantastic to hear how high level they have their communication. It looks like we're going into the first group where we have some known players. And while we're doing that, let's just keep an eye on everything in. And their race number 1 is going to start. This is the group where we have Falcon Falls with us. We have Laser from Norway, Faber Life, that's Christian Faber, also a no Danish player. Alexander Melino, wow, this is a top group. F18, Dirty Diana, Kaisius Kai, Denmark 07. Then we have the top Portuguese sailor Martin Fernandez. We have Nygaard from Denmark, JJ Denmark, Barak, he's from UAE, and Petra from Belgium. It's the Xyq 17. It's a foil boat. It's a long reaching start we're having. All groups are starting at the same time. If you should have any questions or any comments or cheering on people, please write in the chat. Right now, you're either watching this on the Danish Sailing Union's Facebook page, KDU's Facebook page, eSailing TV's platforms. So it's just all about coming in. 15 seconds. There we go. 12 seconds. It's a reaching start. It's all about coming with speed from behind. See, the skipper's getting ready. Let's see the angles. 5 seconds coming up. It looks like a slow start. We have here a penalty to Kaisius Kai. No false start. Great start by all of them, but it's Martin Fernandez, the Portuguese top skipper, in the lead, rounding that reach mark first, and now it's going downwind. And let's see that top speed. 23.5 knots. They hit 24 knots into the middles. Barak in 5th from UAE. Petra, Laser. It looks like the Danes are in trouble. It's only Denmark 07 that's following some of the top skippers. Martin Fernandez, Alexander Melino. A small split. The Danish skipper is splitting away, but this is not like the EF50. Oh, massive penalties here. The EF50, there's boundaries, but here it's all about tactics and strategy. You can go all the way either to the left-hand side or the right-hand side. When we see here, we have Fab Alive, we have Laser 16 coming in here, and Laser 16 is currently in 5th. It's a Norwegian sailor. We don't see much to the Norwegian sailors, but when we do, we see them in the same top levels as normally we see Scandinavians coming in. We are ready for the lead. It's Martin Fernandez. He's from Portugal. We have seen him in the J-Boat League a lot of times in the Portuguese, where he has been winning 2 of the J-Boat Leagues, and that's 260 skippers he's fighting against every time. Great job by all of them. Martin Fernandez coming to the top mark first time. It's a long reach race, as we call it. And when we have a long reach race, it's also all about getting that speed into the boat. Remember to find the wind. Nacra 17 is always having a little bit fun in the wind. It's not always best to be where the wind is strongest because it's a light foil boat. If you get too strong wind, you actually slow down. So it's all about finding the medium wind in this boat type. Again, a split. It's Alexander Melino. It's Martin Fernandez. There's also a huge age gap in between those two. Alexander Melino, I'm not allowed to say it, but he's plus 50. Martin Fernandez, he is his younger age. As I remember, he's 16 years old. There we go. JJ Denmark in 3rd. Laser from Norway is losing that position to the Danish sailor Faber Live. One of the Danes I really have a good eye for. He's in 5th at the moment. Dirty Diana coming in 6th. Watching it from below, we can see the Belgian skipper Petra 8. He is in trouble. They are rounding the gate mark, bottom gate mark for the last time, 2nd time. And right now, again, an interesting split. JJ Denmark going to the left-hand side. And that's interesting because he's keeping himself in medium wind at the moment. Not in lighter wind and not in the hard wind. And when we see all the boats have the same best VMG upwind, 14.5, that's a classicer. They have this green button they can choose to press in the game. And there will be no difference in speed, but what's going on is the calculation of sailing the shortest distance, and that's what's counting here. Martin Fernandez, he's first. He's still in the lead, but he's under attack by Alexander Melino. Both of them doing great tactical job. Laser 1-6 in 3rd, Faber Life in 5th, JJ Denmark in 4th, Dirty Diana. And it looks like the Danes are going to battle for that 4th, 5th and 6th position. And they are really coming into it. The Norwegian boat, Laser 16, he is 3rd at the moment in this race number 1 in round 1. And I can't tell you which group it is. I haven't control of all groups yet. Martin Fernandez going downwind. It's Alexandro Melino. It's Laser 1-6. It's JJ Denmark. And right now it looks like all of them are going to the gate mark far side. And then it's all about racing to that reach mark and see Faber Life also coming in. Can he do a difference or will he get that 5th position? He lost that battle to JJ Denmark. And let's follow them in here. They're going to the reach mark. And then they will turn into the finish line. Faber Life coming first. It's JJ Denmark. It's Laser 16-14. And then we can see a win to Martin Fernandez. 2nd place, Alexander Melino. 3rd place goes to Norway. 4th place to Denmark. Faber Life from Denmark in 5th. Dirty Diana in 6th. And when we're watching here behind, we can see Nygaard Denmark. It looks like he's one of the new upcoming players in the game. It's also hard to do a Nacra because the difference from a Nacra 17 and some of the other boats we're seeing is it's sliding around the marks. You really need to be very good of steering it. Petra fighting his way up to 10. Falcon Falls 11. And Nygaard rounding the reach mark and coming in here in the last position. what a good start of this Open Danish Championship. And let's go in and see the scoreboard of race number 1. Martin Fernandez first, Alexander Melino second, Laser third. We have JJ Denmark 4th, Faberlife 5th, Dirty Diana 6, Barak 7, Kaisus Kai 8, Denmark 079, Petra 10, Falcon 11, and 12th to F18, and Nygaard coming in 13. Watching the stats, Martin Fernandez sailed the shortest distance. Alexander Menino had the best average score. JJ Denmark has the best maximum speed. And not a big surprise that the top players are coming in the top positions. And that was race number 1. We just had a fantastic start on, and they're going into it. But one thing we need to remember is we need to remember to say thank you to some of the sponsors we have. And one of Danish Sailing Union's top sponsors that are supporting sailing is Thorn.
Hey Tom, congratulations on your anniversary and thanks for the support during all the years.
Hi Tom, congrats with the 130-year anniversary.
Thank you very much for all your support. It makes a big difference for us here in our Olympic campaign, and we are proud to be on board your team.
Hi Tom, thank you so much for all the support. Yeah, and happy anniversary.
Hello Tom, happy anniversary. We're very thankful for your support during all the years. It makes a big difference for us when we are out on the blue water sailing and you support us. Thank you.
Happy anniversary, Tom. Thank you so much for all the support throughout all the years.
See you in Tokyo!
What a fantastic thank you to all the sponsors sponsoring. We will also watch into some of the sponsors. They're supporting with prizes, and one of the prizes you can win today is a tracking watch. And tomorrow we'll get more and more into the deep which positions getting what. But also we need to say thank you to tracking. And that is fantastic what we're seeing. And in this group we are also going to experience one of my co-hosts today. We're going to have some interviews with him later. And when we're seeing here, we are in the race. It's race number 2 coming up. And see there, it's Matt USA. He's sitting there in behind, playing the game right while we're also getting ready to get some scoring later on and talk about this fantastic cup that Kodu is hosting for the Danish Sailing Federation. And see, I have to say, and we're also going to experience today, this game, normally we said gaming is for youngsters. But I have to say, Mads and I are almost same age, though. So he's a very young guy and beautiful, and it's not like Alexander Melino. There's a grand old guy at the moment. But in this race, he's under trouble. He has both Clark 123, one of my top favorite Danes. He's actually from the same region of Denmark as eSailing TV. He's maybe we can have him in studio. He's living 300 meters away from studio. Then we have Roxy Joni. He's from Germany. He's actually all the way down from the Bodensee region of Germany, doing a great job. And then they have Xyq. I have to say, if Dogbars and Havuk is not the top players there, then it is Xyq. He's the 3rd best Turk at the moment, doing a great job. But one thing that's very interesting in this race also is, let's say, just go into it. It is to watch this name. Helle Ørum is also there. We are starting having females players in it, and that's quite interesting, and it's good to see. And we can see the chat is starting up. We have Dorve Bosma from Holland, the young talent, 14 years old, who's not part of this race. He's in the chat at the moment, and I'm pretty sure he might be one of the candidates for the World Championship, but we also have some of them in here. Around 1 minute to start, and let's do a small presentation. This is Matt USA, the guy we just saw in studio, Mads, and then we have Rune from Denmark. We have seen him top perform in some of the online races that's been last. Then we have Xyq qualified to the first CLDP pop-up qualifier. El Capitan 1000, RKS 10, Kulu 008, Xyq from Turkey, Stensito, Need to Breathe, Anton Sol, Helle Ørum, then we have Roxy Joni from Denmark, and the Mothership. What a group we have here. And there the starting procedure is going, and to inform all of you, I have direct line into the headquarters, and I just had a countdown in my ear, a beautiful voice counting down for these races. 1 minute to the start here. We are getting ready for it, and see, that's the 49er. The 49er normally it's a keel boat. It's normally steered by 2 persons, but in this case today it's steered by 2 fingers. For some, I can see some are a little bit older. I can see now they're laughing in studio because Massey's only using 1 finger, like my grandma when she's testing the testature. But that's cool. We are getting ready for it here. 30 seconds to start. Who will win this one? Please help us in the chat. Please share and like this stream spreading around, because this is the first Open Danish Championship coming in. 18 seconds to the start. They are placing themselves up. Some of the boats going to the pin end. And right now I know some of the players are sitting in studio and listening to what I'm saying. And they have 0.1 seconds delay. So let's see how that will go. There we go. Slow start coming up. No false start. People don't take a chance, but there's a penalty to the German top sailor, Roxy Joni. And that's hard in the 49er, but it's Clark from Denmark in the lead. He's in third together with El Capitan and Xyq. So some of the favorite players I mentioned are in there. Difference from the NACRA 17, then the 49er is all about speed, speed, speed and wind. And it's in the upwind you're winning the 49er. And right now we can see most of the wind, according to radar, are in the middle of the track right now. And it's all about keeping yourself in the sailing the shortest distance upwind. You win the race upwind and you lose it downwind. An interesting call by Xyq. He's the only one, the Turk, always taking chances. The only one going to the right-hand side all by himself. See here the Turk is. But he's sailing into lighter wind. And when he tacks towards the top mark, he will get the wind against him. And that might slow him down. So let's go to the opposite side where a huge battle is coming up. Rune from Denmark, it's Anton Sol, it's Clark 123, Clark 123 dropped to 10th. Then we have, I'm sorry to say to my future host in studio later, he's playing with 1 finger. He's currently in last position. It's not good this happening here, but hopefully he has a better voice than 1 finger playing what we're seeing right now. Helle Ørum is in second. She's coming in. I'm pleased to see this name in the lead. She needs to tag in now, and she tags into the top mark, and it's a good tag actually. Because now she can correct if there's a wind shift, but she needs to change the angle and get a little bit more speed into the boat. You can do that by changing the angle. 10.8, 11.0. Kulu coming in, but it looks like it's El Capitan 1000 that is going to take the lead in the first upwind race in race number 2 in this group. Coming in the lead. Second place, Kulur, no, inside, need to breathe. Oh, penalty to the Spanish boat. And there are 2 rules when you're rounding a mark. You can see there's this mark rounding zone around it. A mark rounding zone is is where the rules is played in the mark roundings. It's saying it everything itself. But if you're coming from a starboard into the mark rounding zone, then that rule stands. But if you're both entering the mark rounding zone at the same time and none of you are coming from starboard outside the mark rounding zone, then it's the rule of the inside turn doing in this game. Anton Sol in 5th, Helle Ørum in 4th, Rune from Denmark 2nd, Xyq, the German champion. Oh, he's not a champion yet, but he's a top player. He's currently in 6th, Xyq, the Turk. As I said, it looks so great with that number 1 in the lead, but he dropped to 7th. He took a chance, and it was not a good chance. Coming to the gate mark for the first time and last time, getting ready to go upwind again. So it's the battle for sailing the shortest distance upwind, finding some wind. It's El Capitan first. It's Kulur coming in. Rune from Denmark. Penalty. 2 penalties. Need the battle. And Xyq, 2 foreigners under pressure. This puts Xyq into 5th position. Rounding last, Esten Sito. This means that Mads from Denmark, he's actually in 5th at the moment. Impressive. What a comeback. What a recovery, as we're saying. And I can say to you, I have him on direct camera. Maybe I should show you guys. He's both having a tablet on his legs, and then he has this huge, I don't think, is that a mobile phone? Then my grandma could be with us there in the hand also. But right now, it's Rune from Denmark in 3rd. It's Kulur in 2nd, El Capitan in 1st, and Anton Sol in 4th. But Matt from USA, he is here in 6th at the moment. Opposite side, Esten Sito going to the right-hand side. He's in 13th position. He's going into lighter wind together with Xyq, but Xyq, he's a very routine player, tacking in and crossing a little bit before, and see, that means he's coming a little bit in front of Rune from Denmark and Anton Sol. But Xyq has one huge issue in this race. He needs to do a double tack. And welcome to Abdul Marwan from UAE, cheering on the UAE players, of course. United Arab Edmonds. And suddenly, sorry, we don't have any of in this race, but we had Barak in the last one. El Capitan still in the lead, and it looks like he's going to win this race if he's not doing any mistakes or racing in lighter wind downwind. Kulur in 2nd. Xyq sneaks in 3rd. What a rounding. Rune from Denmark, Anton Sol, Xyq, and Matt USA is a little bit under trouble because in front of him, 4 top players are battling for that position. But that might be good for Mads. If he doesn't go into the battle and try to find some win, then they will battling each other and he can sneak in front of them. But right now, Xyq, very routine made, is going away from the group. 18 knots, opposite side 18.2. It's almost same speed in both sides. Interesting to see it from Xyq's view. He's going towards the middle. 17.9, 18.1. Rune from Denmark, he's under pressure. 17.2. It looks like Xyq is finding a little bit more wind. He's 0.6 faster than the others and getting ready for the battle for 3rd, actually. Rune from Denmark in 4th, Xyq, Anton Sol, Matt USA went to the opposite side. There he make his jibe towards the finish line. He's faster than the boats battling in the opposite side. This might be his chance, but it's a win for El Capitan 1000. Kulur in 2nd. But Anton Sol, will he take 3rd? It's a battle penalty for Rune from Denmark. Xyq coming in. Xyq, Anton Sol taking 3rd. Xyq 4th, Xyq 5th. Rune from Denmark, he might battle 6th. Mothership Matt USA had that battle. And Helle Ørum, what a fight she had. Really getting a little bit in trouble there. But Esten Sito coming in last position. It's always good to see those fightings where people actually fight all the way to the end and ending up the race. A win for El Capitan. 1000, Kulur in 2nd. Then we have Anton Sol 3rd, Xyq from Turkey 4th, Xyq 5th, Rune from Denmark 6th. We have Matt USA 7, and see here, guys. There we have him sitting, see there. And let us just, Mads, can you show us your mobile phone, granny phone or something? There it is. It's a huge mobile phone. It's even people with glasses, oh sorry, both of us has glasses, can actually see it. So, and then we have the mothership in 8. I need to breathe in 9. Helle 10. Clark 1, 2, 3, dropping to 11. I know he's a very competitive guy from Scoreboard. He's very, very angry at that. It's we have RKS in 12, and then we have Eastin C2 in 13. What a race number 2 we had there, and see the stats. El Capitan best start, but he didn't sail the short distance. That was the Spanish sailor Need to Breathe, but he got 3 penalties. I know that. And we can also see how he's dropping up and down here in the blue one with the penalties all the way. But a great race, and the biggest winner of this race was Anton Sol. What a fantastic start. Second race coming up. And let's see one of Danish Sailing Union sponsors also. We need to say a huge thank you for supporting the sailing sport. Welcome back in studio. We're getting ready for race number 3, and we are going into the group with Inborg and Felix Superman from Denmark. 2 players we have also a good eye for here in studio, and that's going to be a very close race also. And there is a player from UAE there to the fans up there. And welcome to Torben Anker Sørensen. That's super what they're doing here. They're really doing a great job. And all the volunteers that's helping out with this can look forward to visit this fantastic place called Halgot when they're done organizing everything. And welcome to race number 3. Race number 3 is in the J-boat. It's round number 1. We are in a group where we have Viking Racer here, and he's also in studio. He's organizing all this. Philip Gule. It's always fun to say those names in English. Inborg, he's in Xyq. He's here in this green boat. We have Felix Superman in the yellow boat. Polar Pirate. And maybe he also melting the poles or something like that, like some of our foreign ministers said at the time. Then we have Jonna Banana is here. Sidid, he's here from UAE. Torbjørn Bach from Denmark. Constant or Kongstad from Denmark. Then we have Torsil, Argo Cristiano from Argentina, and the Positive Loser. These skippers are getting ready for the J-boat, and it's race number 3 in round number 1, and it's interesting to see how this will unfold, because the J-boat is a mix of winning it upwind and downwind. 1 minute and 15 seconds to start. The trick with the J-boat, if we're watching the stats, upwind it's sailing 6 knots in best VMG. Downwind we can hit between 9.8 and 15.4 knots. It's all about the wind speed there is, how much wind there are in the track at the moment. But it has a wind shadow that's 13 meters big. This also makes this boat one of the favorite boats for most sailors around the world, because You have the tactic and the strategy in it, but you can use the wind shadow to attack each other, and these attacks always is going to be epic battles when they're close. So you need to be 30 meters ahead the boat behind you, not to be caught in wind shadow, and the difference in speed when you're caught in wind shadow downwind is almost 3 knots. Upwind, it's all about not getting caught in wind shadow, and that will slow you down around 1 knot upwind. We can see they're getting ready. Some of the boats going to the pin end, some of the boats at the committee boat. Right now it looks like Enborg tried to sneak away. In the pin end, 2 seconds to start, but oh, who's going opposite? The Argentinian boat taking the lead, going to the right hand side straight away from the committee boat. Enborg went to this side just to make sure he could do the same trick, going upwind up to the top mark in towards the middle straight away, and see how close those ley lines were to the left hand side. Interesting call, but it is the Argentinian in the lead, Xyq Cristiano. It's not Cristiano Ronaldo, but maybe it is in the sailing sport. Sidid, he's from UAE. We have seen him a lot fighting together with Nasser and Barak. And Sidid, he's actually one of these UEA players that has really been improving his game during the days. But it's Polar Pirate in the lead, according to my eyes. Right now the server says he's in 5th position, but he is in the lead. Enborg on the inside, he has a chance to just sneak in front of Polar Bear and take the lead on attack, but he needs to keep himself in this position, and that's a hard position to be in because the positive loser is coming in a starport, going behind, so close of getting that penalty. So Enborg survives the first cross attack, and right now none of the other skippers can attack him. This means Enborg is going to get the lead when they're coming towards the top mark. And the reason why we're already calling that is because he will come in a starboard tack where the other boats will come from behind. Oh, he's doing a double tack. That might be a hard one to do. I have went all the way to the ley line to make sure that I could just do one tack. But he thinks that's smart coming into the boats. No. He's losing that one with that tack. And now he's tacking in again. And now we can see the positive loser just managed, and also Felix Superman just managed to go in front of him. This is how you can do these things. And a penalty to Xyq Cristiano coming in there. We can see Torcel in 8, Sidid coming in 9. And let's get ready for this downwind race. And it's always interesting to see. It looks like it's a medium downwind race they have chosen in this race. Kongstad in 4th, Enborg in 3rd, the positive loser in 1st, Felix Superman in 2nd. And watch this battle here. This is a battle where we can see the wind shadow. Enborg 12.6. Kongstad, he's 13.4, 1 knots in speed. Kongstad following him. And interesting how you're using that wind shadow. That's very, very, very cool. And we will go in and watch this one more time. Let's just see that replay on it here. This is a battle where we can see the wind shadow. Enborg 12.6. Kongstad, he's 13.4, 1 knots in speed. Kongstad following him. And interesting how you're using that wind shadow. And we're going to the upwind race. Right now, it's the positive loser in the lead. Felix Superman Enborg is going to have a battle downwind. And we are going to watch that battle because that is going to be either one of what we call a classic downwind battle where they're doing a textbook attack. A textbook attack is where they're using the wind shadow to overtake each other. It can also be one of those bloody battles, as we call it in e-sailing, where they're using the rules of e-sailing, the rules of e-sport. And I think because these two youngsters, Enborg and Felix Superman, are so ready and so geared up to win this second place in the race. And that's good news for the positive loser because then he can sneak away. Kongstad is going into that in the 4th position also. Then we have a small battle behind. Joanna Banana with a penalty. What a name to say. And also a yellow boat. So she might be a banana there. Xyq Cristiano, the Argentinian boat, in 7 in the lead. Sidid, Torbjørn Bach. But let's see this this downwind attack and see how the boats are crossing. They're jibing all the time. Felix Superman under attack by Inborg, but Inborg doing a trick, going away from Felix Superman. And that might be the winning trick, but Felix Superman is having much more speed. 12.1, Inborg going into lighter wind. So now we have a whole other battle here. It's Kongsted against Inborg, and right now Inborg is trying to go to the right hand side. We'll just analyze this attack afterwards. What could he do to make it better? But this is quite interesting. Inborg third, Kongsted coming in. See, he cannot do anything with that wind shadow, but see Inborg, Felix Superman. It's Felix Superman taking second, Inborg taking third, and there Kongsted going in fourth. Way to go by the competitioners here. It's fantastic battles. Edith is dropping to 6th, Torbjørn Bach 5th, Torsil coming in, and my favorite name, Polar Pirate in 10th, and Joanna Banana, oof, lovely in English, in 9th. So there we go. Good result. Depositive loser in first, Felix Superman in second, Inborg third, Kongsted fourth, Torbjørn Bach 5th, Sidit 6th, Torsil 7, Arco Cristiano 8, Joanna Banana 9, and Polar Pirate 10, Viking Racer 11. Best start for the Argentinian boat, but 3 penalties is pushing him down in positions, so he's actually ending up in 8th position. And I promise you guys and girls out there that let's watch this replay. Third, Kongsted coming in. See, he cannot do anything with that wind shadow, but see Inborg, Felix Superman. It's Felix Superman taking second, Inborg taking third, and there Kongsted going in fourth. And what a race we just had in race number 3 in this round 1. We also have to say thank you to these guys who's organizing things. Let's start saying thank you to Xyq for supporting Danish Sailing Union, and here they are.
Hi, I'm Tom Slingsby, skipper of the Australian Sail GP F50 team. Today we're going to have a look at what's in my kit bag and what suits I like to wear on the water. Firstly, we have the Xyq Aeroshell pants. These are what I like to use in training often. Sometimes I want to get in and out of my sailing gear quickly, and I don't really want to wear a wetsuit, so I use the Xyq Aeroshell pants. Really good for a quick sail out on the water, back in, very fast. Secondly is my favourite suit on the market. This is the Xyq Super Warm. I use this in colder locations such as San Francisco, New York, and here in the UK. Extremely comfortable, very warm, also water resistant. This has been my favourite suit in lasers and now in the F50. Next we have the Xyq Dinghy boot. I like this boot, lightweight, plenty of grip, laced up so you don't have to worry about zips breaking on you. Lots of grip, and I use this all the time on the F50. This is the only boot I use, plenty of grip to cross the boat quickly. I love that boot. Next we have the Micro Fleece Xyq suit. This one's more for your warmer weather conditions. This is the suit I wore in Sydney, and hopefully I'll be using this in Marseille at the end of the year. Warmer conditions, a little bit lighter than the Super Warm, very comfortable, and there's no restrictions at all. It's very stretchy and you can get across the boat with no restrictions. Finally here we have the Xyq Eco Suit. This is almost identical to the Xyq Micro Fleece suit, but it's made up of recycled plastic bottles. That's something I'm extremely passionate about, and I'm fortunate that Xyq are leading the way in the marine industry for a eco-friendly suit, so I can't wait to get this on at this regatta. So that's what I have in my kit bag. We're very fortunate to have Xyq on board. They make the best sailing gear in the world.
Are you missing to sailing? Then we just saw this fantastic video with Tom Slingsby with the Xyq gear, and a lot of the players sitting home, maybe they have wear their own Xyq gear, but let's just go in and see Lucas Moore. This is the race we're going in to see. Is he wearing his Xyq gear today? No, I'm not sure he's doing. He's sitting there home in the studio ready for race number 4, and he's just sitting in a t-shirt at the moment with a headset. And the most impressive part is he's also talking with the race officers at the moment to coordinate everything. Please like and share what we're doing here on the channel, on the Royal Danish Yacht Club's channel or the Danish Sailing Union's channel. We are having the first round, and this is race number 4 out of 4 in round number 1, and afterwards we will get a result. And there we go. It looks like the race is going to start. Let's go in and have a presentation of race number 4. This is Lucas Moore, one of the top performers in Denmark, and let's not psych him when we're getting ready for this race, because he will be under a huge pressure if he's not qualified to the final. Skipper Cold, he's here in the red boat. Tatø, he's here in the pink boat, the purple boat. APC also, the Panda, we are seeing a lot. Enevoldsen, that's a very active group we have here with Lucas Moore. Numbers, first time we see that. Then we have Mangina from Australia, sitting in Australia, playing on his mobile phone. He's a mobile phone player. Then we have Defix, then we have Denmark, Julio, Cobra's captain, and Alcinar coming in here. 25 seconds to start. This is race number 4 in round 1, and afterwards we might get a final score about it. The score is like this, that they are doing races in different groups, 2 rounds, 4 races in each, and therefore they will get an ELO score, a final score, where top 40 will go into the final. 5 seconds to start. A very slow start in this group, and it looks like Danish Lucas Moore is a very slow boat. The same thing, the Australian Mangina, very slow start. He's trying to follow Lucas Moore. He's trying to penalize Lucas Moore. What an internal battle. They know each other from the International Sailing Club, VRE. But it's in the lead. It's Skipper Kold. Translate directly, he's called Skipper Cold, if we have to translate it this way. But let's call him Skipper Kold. Then we have Denmark, Julio. We have Cobra's captain. We have Lucas Moore and APC. APC in the lead of this race 4. And Dolve Bosma, I have to, he's a Dutchman, so you need to press the words down in your mouth. Dolve Bosma. He's watching this and saying this is one of the interesting group we're seeing, because he knows the Danish players. He's really fighting them. But the Danish top player, Lucas Moore, under pressure. And why we're seeing that? See here how focused he is. See, there he's sitting just below me. I'm not standing on him, but see there, watching down in his tablet, playing the game. I know he can hear what I'm saying, but he's very under pressure at the moment. Let's see the battle here. Enevoldsen in a starboard tack, crossing in towards the middle. And there's a wind shift. See the ley line at the right-hand side is moving in. The ley line is just showing the best VMG, the best Q and angle towards the top mark with the maximum speed you can get there. Velocity made good is also called. APC coming in front of him, going to the ley line. They're going into darker wind. That's harder wind. APC in the best position, actually. And when he crosses in, do attack now, then he will get speed into the sails. Sail the shortest distance. So he is in a favored position to come first to that top mark. Opposite side, we have a small battle. Denmark, Julio, Skipper Kold, and Alcinar. And they were just lucky to hit that wind shift. They are coming here from behind. And this actually means they might sneak in and take the lead. This is one of the most interesting groups upwind coming here. And we just thank you for our Dutch followers saying that I just mentioned Dolve Bosma the right way. I love it. I love it. We're learning to speak so many languages here on the channel. There, APC in 6. Interesting battle across here. Oh, Alcinar needs to go behind all the way. Skipper Kold is cold like hell. He's coming in there, just crossing in behind. He's caught in a burger. There, the burger defix. It's Mangina, it's Skipper Kold. But APC sneaks away from that battle. What a battle we just had there in this marked rounding. See how close they all are. On the inside, Lucas Moore sneaks in 3rd. Never underestimate this player. He's so focused. He really takes this serious. And he's also one of the few Danes that's been in some of the really cool finals. 2 times in the CLDP playoff, defixed with a penalty in the mark rounding. Actually, an unforced penalty for hit the mark. But if he didn't do that, then Lucas Moore had killed him with a penalty. Sorry, not killed him, rammed him. But in this game, it's okay to say kill. Mangina in 5th, APC in 2nd, Skipper Kold in 3rd, but see who sneaks in. It's Lucas Moore, and he doesn't have his NOS with him today. He's just very good of doing his strategy and tactics. Great job by Lucas, but it's going to be very close. See how close they are. This is a battle of the battles, and let's just follow this replay here. We are getting here Lucas Moore coming in. He's getting closer and closer to APC, and see, this is a textbook attack. See, using that wind shadow, coming towards that gate mark. Very impressive. And he's on the inside, pushing APC to the opposite side. Great job. And let's see the mark roundings here. On the rule of insight is in Mangina's favorite. So he's in 3rd, gave him penalty to Skipper Kold. But that's how the mark roundings is doing. Let's just see the replay here of Lucas Moore's APC, and see, this is a textbook attack. See, using that wind shadow, coming towards that gate mark. Very impressive. And he's on the inside, pushing APC to the opposite side. And we are getting upwind, and that push there made Lucas Moore come into the lead with a lot of meters, and has also pushed APC to the opposite side, sailing a longer distance. So he's actually pushed all the way to 3rd position. This means the Australian is coming up in 2nd at the moment. So 2 of the international top players in the lead of this group. APC trying his best now, under pressure by Enevoldsen. That mark rounding going to the opposite side was really pushing him down the fleet, and right now he's caught in the wind shadow by the others, and he will lose meters momentum in it. So the J boats, you win it downwind and you win it in the mark roundings. Upwind, you can win 8 to 10 meters if you're doing it right, but it's downwind where the battle is. Lucas Moore, Mangina, Enevoldsen, Skipper Kold, APC under pressure, needs to do an X attack. No. Numbers coming in 11, Tatø in 8. Then we have Enevoldsen, we have Mangina coming in, and there we go. And see how they're approaching this top mark. We will in a few sec see how it's going in. It's going to be an interesting battle. Enevoldsen, Mangina coming in. Lucas Moore, he's in the lead, throwing dirty air. Can he make a gap more than 28 meters? Then he can sneak away, and it succeeds Lucas Moore to do that. But see, this mark rounding is going to be close. Skipper Kold coming on the inside. Penalty to Mangina. I don't know how he did. What a penalty. APC with a penalty. This is changing everything. And let's see that mark rounding here. This is very mark rounding. It's going to be close. Skipper Kold coming on the inside. Penalty to Mangina. I don't know how he did. What a penalty he did there. We're going to have a battle downwind here in a few sec. Lucas Moore is a win, but see this battle in between these 3 skippers. Skipper Kold in 2nd, Enevoldsen in 3rd, Mangina drops to 5th, but Skipper Kold is caught in that wind shadow, and see Mangina, he smells blood. He wants to kill that Skipper Kold for giving that penalty in the mark rounding. We are getting ready. Enevoldsen coming in. Lucas Moore, Mangina, Enevoldsen, Denmark Julian, Skipper Kold. Skipper Kold, it's a very good battle, and Skipper Kold sneaks away from the others, but he's very much slow. He's 2 knots slower than Lucas Moore. Luckily for him, Enevoldsen and Mangina is battling it out, but Skipper Kold in trouble. He will lose that position. That's not the best choice to do. As I said, you're losing and winning this boat type downwind, and Mangina won his 2nd place back. Skipper Kold losing, it looks like, 3 position. He might drop all the way to 5th because going into a lighter wind in that downwind race. And lovely to see all you guys and girls and skippers around the world, and especially all the Danish fans watching this Open Danish Championship coming in here. And there we have Defix, Cobras, they're all coming in here nice and slow. Great race, great race. A small Defix, he fights for the battle against APC. It's all about the last points. APC, Defix, they are losing this race with points. Normally we see them in the top. Defix coming in. APC taking it inside. Alcinar, Tatø, and Numbers coming in 11. And there we go. Lucas Moore, Mangina, Ene Voldsen, Skipper Kold, Denmark, Julio, Cobra Captain, Defix, APC, Alcinar, Tatø, and Numbers there. Lucas Moore, best average speed, still the shortest distance, and we can see he's winning this race. And while we have this scoreboard up here, let's just ask Lucas Moore if we can have him in studio, just in mix zone, just to hear about how he did this amazing comeback. Please make room for Lucas Moore. And Lucas, welcome in studio. What a comeback you had in this race. Starting up with a very slow start in 10th position, and then you came back in the second upwind race. How does it feel, and what do you think in these situations?
Well, I don't know how I messed up that start, but suddenly I just saw 20 seconds to the line, and it was 20 seconds left to the start. And I think I just hit every wind shift correct on the first upwind, so I caught up to everybody.
Yeah.
And then I was lucky that Defix hit the top mark, so I could overtake him.
Yeah, Defix making an unforced penalty up there, but where the battle was in the downwind race at the gate mark. We saw you taking over APC. We can see the scoreboard. He drops to 8 after that battle. You're pushing him to the opposite side, making him sail the longest distance. And how does these gate mark roundings works in the game? What to watch after if you want to do the shortest distance in a gate mark rounding?
Well, you want to look for what gate is favored, and then you want to take the spinnaker down as late as you can to get the maximum speed after the rounding. So you can gain quite a lot from doing a good rounding.
Yeah, we saw you winning for going opposite the APC. APC lost 12 meters and also lost his positions to Mangina from Australia in that mark rounding. And Lucas, it's going to be great today. We are having this fantastic competition. I know we're going into a 50 minutes break, and I know you need time to focus and concentrate because it's really going up. But one more question: you're playing with what we call an ELO ranking list today. You did these two first rounds are dividing the group into into a list where top 40 will go into the qualifiers tomorrow. How does that work?
Well, so we're going to do 8 races, and top 40 from or after the 8 races continue to the next stage tomorrow. So we're just trying to get the top 40 skippers that go into the qualification for the final.
That's good to hear, and maybe before we're going into it, that was I just have to say thank you for joining in, Lucas. We might see more to you in the future here. You have a lot of organizing coming up, but before going into to the small break here, maybe APC needs a little bit repairing of his sails, or actually make it slide a little bit more so he could turn the sails much better. And who else than Team McLoop can do that?
Hi, I'm Ron Rosenberg, and this is Team McLoop One Drop Ball Bearing Conditioner for everything that rolls. Created in partnership with the engineers at Harken, this is the only product recommended by Harken for everything that rolls. One Drop helps produce just the right amount of rolling friction needed for your ball bearings to perform their very best. One Drop then continues to repel salt, dirt, sand, and grime, keeping your ball bearings running smoothly all season long. One Drop works wonders on all ball bearings, made of all materials by any manufacturer. I'm going to show you very quickly and easily how you can use One Drop ball bearing conditioner on your traveler car. You'll hear that it sounds a little crispy and crunchy. Those are old ball bearing cars. The first thing you do is you wipe the track to make sure it's clean of any dirt, salt, and grime. Once the track is clean, you take your 1-drop ball bearing conditioner and you just put 1 drop here, 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 and here. You're just trying to get it inside the track so that the ball bearings roll over it and pick it up. We're going to go back and forth. About 30 seconds, usually all it takes to coat all the balls evenly. Now that's how it should sound. The final step, wipe away any excess, and there you have it. Like the great Peter Harkin always says, McLube 1-drop makes your old balls perform like new. McLube 1-drop ball bearing conditioner for everything that rolls.
And what a fantastic start of the first round. And the first round has just finished up. And we will go in and see the ranking list as it is now for all the skippers around the world that is participating in this first Open Danish Championship. And I have to say, there's one Dane that is surprising me a lot. And he's coming in here. It is the positive loser. He's currently in second position with 9 points. Alessandro Melino from Italy. I know it's a Spanish flag he has there. He's just making fun. He has 6 points. He's also the bronze medal winner of the World Championship 2017. Martin Fernandez, 11 points. Roxy Joni, 11 points. Then we have Rune from Denmark, 12 points. Enborg, 13 points. Laser, 16. He has 14 points. El Capitan, 15 points. Xyq, 15 points. Sidid, 16 points. And then we can see all the scores coming down here. Remember, this was only the first round, and they're going into a second round in a few seconds. And it's top 14 qualifying into the qualifiers tomorrow. And tomorrow, as I remember, the score will be locked down. We can see one group's result hasn't come in yet. That's the group with Lucas Moore, Mangina, Denmark, Julio, Enevoldsen, Skipper Kold, and Alcinar. That will change the whole thing at the moment. Falcon foils Felix Superman. See, Felix Superman, he got a DNS in the first race. That's giving him maximum points. Then he got a first, second, and a first. So he's really doing a great result, and there's no discard. So that's very unlucky for Felix Superman in this competition at the moment. And when we see these results here, it's amazing how the skippers are performing, and people are asking us on eSailing TV, how does this game feel like sailing and real sailing? And I would just ask to have some of the players in studio in a few sec, and I think we might call some of them in a few minutes. But while we're waiting, remember to support the sponsors that are supporting us, and one of the sponsors supporting this fantastic event is Nordbjerg. And that's fantastic what we are seeing here. It's a huge gathering of partners joining into this Open Danish Championship. And I know a lot of you sailors out there can't go out and sailing, and is a little bit sad about it, because in Denmark the weather is really good at it. It's a little bit windy. It's the sun is shining. Everything is good. But if you're sitting out there and you're a non-sailor, or you think, hey, how can I do after this lockdown, how can I get my company out having a good experience with sailing? Then you can actually contact these guys. That is some of the organizers behind. That's KDY Event Group.
Prøv at komme herover. Herovre mellem Sverige og Danmark, der ligger Øresund. Og det er her, at vi kan garantere dig og dine kunder eller dine medarbejdere en helt særlig oplevelse, hvor I får en masse gode timer sammen. Langt væk fra stress og jag, tal og tanker. Kom her. Når man er ombord på sådan en båd her, så er der ikke plads til at tænke på andet end at give sig selv fuldstændig for at få samarbejdet til at fungere. Vi er typisk 6 personer på hver båd, og vi dyster om at komme hurtigt rundt på en bane, som vi har lagt herude på vandet. Ydelsen fra hver enkelt gast den er meget vigtig for at få båden så hurtigt som muligt hen over vandet. 95% af de kunder, vi har haft med ud at sejle, har aldrig nogensinde prøvet det før, men de alle sammen hoppet i land med et stort smil på læben. Når I kommer ind på land, så venter der jer en håndbajer, eller et glas vin, en sandwich eller en grillpølse. Vi kan også sørge for en skøn middag på en lækker restaurant, eller vi kan arrangere jeres helt egen firmafest med musik og underholdning. Og skulle I få brug for nogle hotelværelser til nogle trætte gæster, så klarer vi også det. Denne her enestående form for event er en rigtig god måde at pleje jeres kollegaskab eller jeres kunderelationer på. Så derfor kontakt os og få et tilbud på et event, som er helt jeres eget. I kan også finde os på Facebook eller på vores website. Der ligger en oplevelse og venter på jer lige herude. Vi ses på vandet.
And if you're missing sailing or you just want to have your company go out sailing, then contact this fantastic sailing event group in the region of Copenhagen. They're also part of organizing things tonight here, or today. I have to say this is morning in Denmark, Central European time. But I know Mangina sitting in Australia, it's the middle of the night. He's really doing a great job. And when we are speaking about that, we're just speaking about the winners, and one of the winners will win. The winner will win a fantastic watch from Tacking Sailing, Tacking Master. Sorry, Tacking Master. And here is how it is. So this fantastic watch where you can put it in the angles and how to tack where the wind are. Great tool to use on the water. We are getting ready for round number 2 in a few sec, and when we go into the format we can see that they're going to do the same format again, 4 races, and ends a NACRA 17, a 49er, a J17 and a J70. And right now it is Alexandro Malino in the lead, Lucas Moore in second. That's almost as I had calculated from the start. The positive loser from Denmark, that's a surprise. I actually don't know who that sailor is. Maybe I can get the race officers to tell me more about the positive loser. In third, Mangina from Australia. In fourth, Martin Fernandez from Portugal. Roxy Joni in sixth, Rune from Denmark. In Borg and Laser from Norway. And Tint El Capitan. But see the points. The points are very close. Everything can change in the next 4 races. And we can see the top skippers are doing 6 points if they're really performing. And the middle skippers are doing around 18 points in this high level. So a lot of switching in position can happen. We are getting ready for the next race that's coming up, and it's race number 1. And what's going to happen is the players are divided into new groups, so they're not fighting the same players. They are making it more fair this way, so they will have new races in there. And there we go here. We can see the skippers are coming in. We're just finding the server. They're getting ready for start. It should start here within seconds. So we are getting ready for it. There we have it. I think we will start in the group with Matt USA. See how he will perform in this race. And there we go. We just have them here. There we have it. And while we are in there, I will just ask. This is the group here with this is Matt USA, one of the organizers, and let's just go in and see here. Here we can see how he's sitting. Very beautiful. He has a light. He now have a cup of coffee and a small cake over there when we're watching him down below. And then we can see the 2 lights is also on. He's really having what we call in Denmark hygge, very relaxing. And then he has this oversized mobile phone in his studio, playing it there. And we're just getting a call from the race officers that they will restart the game because some of the players coming in. And when we're waiting for that, please support the sponsors that are supporting sailing, and please support those sponsors that are supporting this fantastic event.
Hey Tom, congratulations on your anniversary and thanks for the support during all the years.
Hi Tom, congrats with the 130-year anniversary.
Thank you very much for all your support. It makes a big difference for us here in our Olympic campaign, and we are proud to be on board your team.
Hi Tom, thank you so much for all the support. Yeah, and happy anniversary.
Hello Tom, happy anniversary. We're very thankful for your support during all the years. It makes a big difference for us when we are out on the blue water sailing and you support us. Thank you.
Happy anniversary, Tom. Thank you so much for all the support throughout all the years.
See you in Tokyo!
And welcome back in the race. We are not going to watch Matt USA doing the race. We are going into a group with Lucas Moore, but I have a beautiful picture. See, there's Matt USA. He's a little bit sad now because he just paired up his 2 mobile phones, or this huge mobile phone he has, and now he got a small one. Let's see, Mads, maybe, he also got ultra glasses on, so he better can see it. And I have to cheer a little bit on him. He's just missing the cookie on the plate beside him. Then my granddad also could be part of it. We are getting ready for race number 1 in round 2, and we also have to remember to have a little bit fun here in studio. And we are waiting for the players to join in this group, and we can see a lot of new players coming in the group with Lucas Moore. And it looks like I'm just getting told that he's waiting for some players. And we can see the players are dropping in nice and slow in the NACRA 17. And while we're waiting, let's just go in here. And it looks like all the Danes are getting into Lucas Moore's group. We are going to watching. And the race officers are some hardcore guys. They're just waiting for the last one to coming in. They're really strict on the rules. If they're not joining in the race at the time, people will get in DNS. So they're waiting for the last players, but it looks like some of the players are getting a DNS if they're not joining the groups coming in this race. And it looks like it's all the foreigners who's not joining in. It is the Open Danish Championship. So let's see how that will go. And the race is starting. The race officers has called that it's too late to join in. If you're not joining in on time, you are losing your momentum. And we just saw eSailing TV join in that race. We don't want to be part of the race. So let's just wait up for going into the next one. And while we're doing that, see that Mads, he's so focused in this race. And this just means that we're going into another server instead of, because we were unlucky to lose the signal of the first server. So we're getting a fantastic race here. Win the group with Viking Racer. That's one of the organizers, Denmark, Julio, Clark123, Faber Live. He is so exciting of today. Been writing a lot in the chat and on the different videos. Enborg, Cobra Captain Laser from Norway, Petra from Belgium, Arco Cristiano, Nygaard, Torbjørn Bach, Kulur, and Dirty Diana. It is the Nacra 17 coming in here. And it's a long reach start, so it's all about coming with speed from behind. They need to hit that starting line as close to 0 as possible. If they're getting too fast, they will get a penalty and need to turn around. And here we see Laser coming in with too much speed. A slow start for Torbjørn Bach. There we go, a good start. Enborg with a fantastic start. The Dane come in, but it's Laser from Norway coming first. They're getting ready to come up to this reach mark. They're rounding it, and let's see the rounding. It's a clean rounding. No penalty to Dirty Diana. What a rounding we had there. And let's just see how she got that penalty in a few seconds. Always interesting to see why they're getting penalties. But the Norwegian boat coming first in this mark rounding. It's crucial times now. Going to the closest mark. Denmark, Julio, Cobra Captain, Arco Cristiano. Then they're getting ready to go win penalty. 2 penalties. 1 for the Belgian player and 1 to my favorite player, Clark123. It doesn't look like we're going to have a local hero in the news today. But let's see that. This reach mark, they're rounding it, and let's see the rounding. It's a clean rounding. No penalty to Dirty Diana. What a round going in front of her. So great esport there. Upwind races. It's all about finding that win. Remember, it's the Nacra 17. And the Nacra 17 is not always best to be in the hard wind. It's a light foil boat. So if you're going after the hard wind, you will not always sail the shortest distance. It's all about being in medium wind. And that's one of the tricks in the game here. I know we know some of the tricks here on the TV station. Maybe because we have been commentating around 3,000 hours of e-sailing. Denmark, Julio in second, Enborg in third, Laser in first, and right now we can see Torbjørn Bach come in, but one of the organizers, it looks like, no, he's not in this race, but I can hear his voice in my ear. He's under pressure. Laser 1 coming in first in that gate mark rounding in top gate. Julio in second, Enborg in third, Cobra's Captain in fourth, Arco Cristiano needs to go away from Faber Live. Dirty Diana coming in, what a good name. Torbjørn Bach, huge turn, Nygaard, Kulur. A penalty to the Belgian boat made by Clark123. And Clark, he's not satisfied about this result. I know he's very competitive, but maybe his kids is climbing around him at the moment. Laser once from Norway in the lead, then Denmark, Julio in second, Enborg, or Cobra's Captain attacking Faber Live. Good reflexes by Faber Live, but losing a little bit of momentum. This means Dirty Diana and Arco Cristiano coming in. It is the Argentinian, it is the Danes, but it is a Norwegian sailor in the lead. And luckily for me, I'm not going to do the interview with a Norwegian in Danish and Norwegian. It's like listening to Ståle Solbakken, one of the coaches in the Danish Football League. We can't understand what they're saying. So Laser 16 is in the lead. It's the Norwegian sailor There we go. Xyq Cristiano in 7. We have Faberlife in 4. Dirty Diana coming in. Oh, almost getting a penalty by Xyq Cristiano. In Borg taking the lead. The positions are switching at the moment all the time. It's a very, very close race. And hello to you, Abdullah Marvel, for joining in this race. Laser 1-6, he's under pressure. According to server, he's in 3rd. The leader is in Borg, but it's only because the server calculates the shortest distance towards one of the marks. But I'm sure when we see this turn, Laser are in starboard. And there we see then Julio coming in, almost penalty. This is going to be one of those great battles downwind. See that mark rounding. They're getting close to each other. They're splitting up. This might be the loss for Denmark. Julio, he's in the lead. It's very close. Let's see. This is the battle for the reach mark. Oh, they're going in behind him instead of going after the reach mark. This will cost somebody. Penalty to the Norwegian boat. Denmark, Julio killing it and Borg losing it. What a finish of this race number 1. And this is very interesting to see how they're coming in here. Dirty Diana 4th, Cobras 5th, Xyq Cristiano in 6th. Great race when they're coming in here. There, Petra in 9th, Torbjørn Bach again. We saw him last time fighting good fair play coming in position 11, but it's also all about being underwater, having fun together, being social away from each other. Good race. Then Julio in the lead, Borg in 2nd, Laser in 3rd, Dirty Diana 4th, Xyq Cristiano 5th, Cobras Captain 6, Clark 1, 2, 3, 7, Kulua 9, Petra 9th, Nygaard in 10th, Torbjørn 11, Viking Racer 12, Faberlife coming in there. And this is very interesting how this all unfolds because when they're coming into to this race here, it's interesting. And see this battle. Let's just see the battle again for the victory. The lead, it's very close. Instead of going after the reach mark, this will cost somebody. Penalty to the Norwegian boat. Denmark, Julio killing it and Borg losing. It's very interesting to see this very close battle here, and we saw the penalty was made just in front of the mark rounding. It could have changed a whole other way if they'd chosen another tactics, but it is the Nakra. It's going fast, so great race. We're getting ready for race number 2. It's coming up in a few sec. While we're waiting for race number 2 to come in, remember to support those who are supporting us. And we're getting ready for race number 2. We'll try to find Matt USA's group. We're just sliding down here. We know they are there. And we are watching for the magical number that they are choosing. There we have Kasiyaka. It's not Matt USA we're going into, but let's take this group. That's one of the 4 groups we're seeing. It's round number 2, and it's an inner. And he's so mad, Mass, right now. He wants to see himself. But don't worry, Mass. We are with you, and we will see you maybe in the last race or in the next race, because we're taking 1 race from each group. And see how unhappy he is here below, picking up his coffee, taking a drink here, and there everybody watching in front of the camera to actually moving away from the camera, and he's still missing the cookie beside him. So maybe he should call the waiter to get a cookie on that plate, or just a piece of bread with some cheese. But that's cool. There we go. This is Falcon Foils. This is Kasiyaka. This is Barak from UAE. Helle Ørum from Denmark, El Capitan Enevoldsen, RKS, F18 Anton Sol, Sten Sito, Skipperkold, Martin Fernandez with Mannequin the Piss and his pink boat, Denmark 07 and Xyq coming in here. We are ready for this group to start up. It's race number 2 in this round number 2. So second round coming up, race number 2, 2 races back today before we are getting into who's going into the qualifications tomorrow. We will see later. There's around 1 hour left or 45 minutes left till we can see the final score. And if you have any questions or any comments or who you're cheering on, please write in the chat. Let's see how this goes. You're also welcome to like and share our post from the sites you are. And the race is going to start. Race number 2 in the 49er. The Kuhl boat is coming up. And we can see this Kuhl boat normally, as we said before, 2 skippers on the boat. We had a pleasure to meet some of the 49er sailors at Kielavokke, also from Kodu, who's organizing this together with Danish Sailing Federation. And it's a very fast Kuhl boat, and the stats in this game is upwind 11.7, and sometimes we see 10.7 upwind race. It's all about the wind pressure there is in the game. It has a wind shadow 23 meters big, so this is not the boat where you're winning it downwind. You're not winning this race in the downwind action. You can only lose it if you're choosing to go to the wrong side where there's less wind. So it's all about winning this in the upwind race, sailing the shortest distance, do your tactics here from the start, and make sure you're not caught in wind shadow and go into the harder breeze. Watching it, it's Falcon foils, it's Xyq from Turkey, it's Barak UAE, Helle Ørum, El Capitan Enevoldsen, RKS, F18 Anton Sol, Sten Sito, Martin Fernandez, Denmark 07, Xyq. And there we see they're positioning themselves. Who is coming from behind with speed? It's the red boat. F18 coming from behind. Can he find a way up through it? 7 seconds to this start. Oh, he's slowing down 4 seconds. It's going to be a slow start again. No false start made in this group, but it's Martin Fernandez from Portugal. No, 1 false start. It's Barak from the UAE getting that false start. And right now it looks like the wind is in the middle. You can also see it in the graphics. Penalty El Capitan in the battle against RKS. And we can see the wind intelligence, the wind, where the wind is, the darker breeze is the darker area of the radar, and also the map in front of you. See how dark it is in front of them, how light it is on the sides. That's the way you can see where the wind is in the game, and you can see that up in the top left corner also in the wind intelligence. Right now you can see the wind intelligence is saying that the next 12 seconds, 10 to 12 seconds actually, the wind is coming from left towards right. But we can also tell up there that there's coming a wind shift. Xyq from Turkey in the lead. He is a top skipper. He is part of the group with Xyq, one of the best Turkish players, and Dogbos, who just qualified to the grand final of SailGP, eSailGP. Helle Ørum, great job by her. She is in 5th at the moment. She's getting better and better in this regatta. Great job by them. But Barak 33, our guest player from the UAE, is a little bit under pressure. See how he's caught in wind shadow, losing almost a knot coming behind them. And we can see the wind pressure is a little bit mixed out there. So right now, Xyq in second, 11.3 in the best VMG. RKS coming in front of Xyq. Great job there. Enevoldsen also getting ready to tack up. And let's get ready for this mark rounding. They're coming in here. And there we have the mark rounding coming up. It's Enevoldsen, it's RKS, it's Xyq, it's Helle Ørum. Great Helle Ørum, great job there. Penalty to RKS made by Xyq. And we can see, we will see the replay in a few sec here. Why did RKS get that penalty? It's because Xyq is using the rules of esport, and Helle Ørum is currently in third. Anton Sol in fourth. There we have Xyq Enevoldsen, RKS in fifth, and see that battle downwind. And let's just go in and see why we got that penalty. The mark rounding coming up. It's Enevoldsen, it's RKS, it's Xyq, it's Helle Ørum. Great Helle Ørum, great job there. Penalty to RKS made by Xyq, and there we can see. And the penalty was given because Xyq made the rule of the inside, being on the inside there and pressuring out RKS, so he got a penalty. We are in the downwind race. Xyq battling Enevoldsen for being in the lead at this mark. Right now, Xyq is doing a great job pushing Enevoldsen into a position where we get a penalty. Xyq being polite here. Oh, penalty to Enevoldsen. Xyq tricked him into that one. Enevoldsen got killed in that mark rounding. Great job by the Turk, who's now in the lead, going upwind. Anton Sol, Helle Ørum coming in third and fourth. RKS in fifth. Penalty to Martin Fernandez for hitting the mark. Penalty El Capitan for sailing in front of a boat. So Barak 33 coming up. The fleet is split into 3 groups right now. A leading group with Xyq Enevoldsen. A middle group with Helle Ørum. Great job, Anton Sol and RKS and Martin Fernandez. And then the rest of the fleet. But I have to say, this yellow boat is surprising me. Great to see the female players coming up, doing such a top performing in a game. We love it. We enjoy it. This is e-sailing. It's for everybody, all ages, all sexes. Everybody can play virtual regatta inshore. And here's a good example. Helle Ørum in third. Great job. Enevoldsen in second. It looks like Xyq has killed that upwind race. See, 30 meters, 34 meters in front of Enevoldsen. So, if he's not doing a mistake in that mark rounding, he will win that race. F18, Denmark 20 coming in here. RKS dropping all the way to 8, getting another penalty, losing momentum. Martin Fernandez, the best Portuguese player, winning 2 of the J-Boats competitions in Portugal, and that's very high prestige made by the Federation and Volvo Ocean Race in Portugal. He is currently in 5th. Helle Ørum in 3rd, Anton Sol in 4th, and they're rounding the mark here. There we go in Helle Ørum, Anton Sol. We have to cheer on Helle Ørum. That's really a top performance. If I could hear all the cheering and all the clapping at home in the living rooms, there might be a huge fan scar for this female player. There we have Barak. He's in 6th. We have Martin Fernandez in 5th, and we can see the rest of the fleet coming in here. Falcon Foils, Sten Sito. Oh, RKS, after losing that last downwind race, he dropped to 11. It has not been his race. He's not coming back. It looks like he's lost concentration and focus and got so mad in it. So right now we have a small split. It's Xyq going to win. It's Enevoldsen going to be 2nd. It's Helle Ørum going to be 3rd. But here we have the battle for 4th and 5th. Martin Fernandez just capturing Anton Sol in a wind shadow, and it's quite interesting to see this battle because this is a textbook attack. Martin Fernandez 0.4 knots faster than Anton Sol, and Anton Sol, he's just outside of the wind shadow. Martin Fernandez doing a jibe a little bit too early, needs to adjust that one. Now it's a frontal attack. Anton Sol 16.2, Martin Fernandez 16.5. This is very interesting. This is what it's all about. This is esport. This is how we're going to see it. Anton Sol, Martin Fernandez. Anton Sol defends it. Martin Fernandez 5th. Barak 6th. And then we can see F18 coming in. RKS, the big loser of this race, dropping down to one of the last positions. We can see there is Sten Sito. RKS getting in 11th position. couldn't stand to get that penalty. Oh, and maybe losing even more, getting 12th, missing the finish line. No, losing the whole race for not crossing the finish line. No, no, no. It's all about focus. If you're not focused, you will be sailed down by others. Xyq with a victory. Enevoldsen second, Hillerium third, Anton Sol fourth, Martin Fernandez fifth, Barak 33-6, F18-7, El Capitan 8, Denmark 079, Cassius Kai 10, Estin Cito 11, Falcon Foils 12, RKS 10. Lost that concentration and drops down. And it's interesting to see RKS 10 was in second position and from there dropped to last position. That's pretty hard. That's hard cuts for him. Great job by them. Great job. We are getting ready for race number 3. It's going fast. In 3 minutes, the next race will start. The organizers are really doing a great job here. We love it. This is entertainment for TV. If you should have any questions or anything, please write us in the chat. This time, I will promise you guys, we will see the Cookie Master himself, Matt USA, coming in. So let's just find Matt USA's race in a few sec here, and let's see. We are coming into the next race. We are getting ready for it. That's Viking Racer. We don't want to have him. We want to have Matt USA with us in the race. Questions in the chat, please write us up there. Get ready for it. We are ready for it. And it looks like the and while we're waiting for the race to start, please remember to support those who are supporting us. And while we are here, let's just hear Mads speaking while he's racing this time. Let's just
det tror jeg ikke er en god idé.
Mads is talking Danish now. We just put him in studio. He's sitting there. See how focused, concentrated he is. He just complained, why did you watch the last race, Thomas? Because Alexander Melino, we can see him here with a new flag. Bronze medal winner, World Championship 2017, Florida.
Hello.
Him and Mads battling for the victory in the last race. Sadly, Mads became second. But see, he's ready. And I know the rest of you out there is also sitting at home playing. Please take a selfie of yourself. Put it in the chat on Facebook so we can see how you guys are doing at home, how you're playing. And if you're playing on the mobile phone, then wait to do a selfie or make your friends or your family to do it.
Det var sådan meget god.
So let's get ready to it here. This is race number 3 in round 2. It is the second last race of today's Open Danish Championship. It's organized by KDY, the Royal Danish Yacht Club, on the way from the Danish Sailing Federation. It's a great job, international sailors in there, but there's prizes and medals for the Danish players because it's the Danish Championship. Race number 3 coming up. We'll have a small presentation of the skippers. This is Matt USA. This is Matt we just saw in the picture. This is Felix Superman in the yellow boat. Also in a good position, JJ Denmark, the Ninja coming in. Alexandro Melino, the Grandmaster of e-sailing. We call him the Yoda of e-sailing. He's sitting a little bit outside of Roma. He's a yacht broker, as I remember, 51 years old. APC from Denmark. And with the Panda, Mangina from Australia, Defix Denmark, Tatø, he's from Denmark, Need to Breathe from Spain, Numbers Denmark, and then we have Sidid, he's coming in from the UAE. This also shows how big this game is, that we can have players from all around the world sitting in the same race, playing together doing a championship. And the game has grown a lot the last month, coming from normally 5,000 players a day to hitting 35,000 daily players. So a lot of action taking care here, a lot of things happening. This is also why SailGP and a lot of other big sailing events is embracing this game. 5 seconds. Let's keep an eye on Nas, what he's doing. He's a little bit under pressure. We can see he's nervous because we're talking to him. He's penalizing Alexander Melino at the moment. So right now he's taking back the battle back to Alexander Melino, but it's Felix Superman in the lead. Matt USA, he could have penalized Felix Superman in that case. And right now they're both under pressure. Alexander Melino coming back. APC killing Mass. There he got rammed by APC. So he's not satisfied. I can say, if you could see his picture, it was like the cookie just went down from the table to the floor and he had to pick it up and eat it. That's how disappointed it looked like there. Sidit 9, numbers 11. Felix Superman 2nd. APC in the lead. That could have been Mass. Alexander Menino with his 2nd penalty. The Grandmaster, the Yoda of E-sailing under pressure. Defix coming in 4th. It's Mangina. He's in 5th. Felix Superman in the lead. And there we see APC needs to tack behind Defix. Great job by Defix there. Let's watch it from numbers side. This is a good view of the whole fleet. Felix Superman in the lead. Need to breathe in 2nd. And then we have Defix and behind Defix. In between Defix and Felix Superman, we have Mangina. This is going to be one of those mark roundings that is going to be very crucial because there's 20 meters in between top 20, and that will get a huge crowded mark rounding. And 3 boats are coming from Starport, and that's Felix Superman, Need to Breathe, Sidit. But Mangina, or maybe he can manage to come in there. No, he cannot. He needs to go behind Alexander Menino. But Defix is coming on the inside. APC coming in. Let's see how this mark rounding is going. It's Felix Superman 1st, Mangina 2nd, Defix 4th. Need to breathe. Coming in 3rd. Defix on the inside. Great inside. 3rd, penalizing. Need to breathe. Great rounding there. That's killing the Spanish boat a little bit. APC coming back, Sidit. But see, where's Matt USA? Oh, 10th. He's telling us in Danish, in our ears right now, that he's enjoying the view from behind, having fun, a glass of coffee, it's not wine, and a cookie at the moment. So there we go. Felix Superman rounding that gate mark. Mangina coming in 2nd. APC Defix coming in. We are getting ready for the upwind race, but let's just see that penalty made at the top mark. Here it comes. Felix Superman 1st. Mangina 2nd. Defix 4th. Need to breathe. Coming in 3rd. Defix on the inside. Great inside. 3rd, penalizing. Need to breathe. Great. And what we just see was how Defix enjoyed, or actually used the rules of the game for sailing into the Spanish boat Needs to Breathe. Felix Superman still in the lead, Defix in 3rd, Mangina in 2nd, it's Need to Breathe APC, and CD dropping in, but Matt USA, maybe next time he should drink wine instead of coffee because that mark rounding he missed totally, and maybe he's looking a little bit at the marks with a glass of wine. Felix Superman in the lead. We have Mangina in 2nd. Defix coming in 3rd. That's a very costly race made by Matt USA, but he needs to finishing, so he's not getting a massive result. Alexander Menino using the rules of turning on inside, Need to Breathe, didn't come in there in a starport before going in. Tatö coming in, Sidit, numbers. But it's great races. Let's just see the leading boats. Oh, that should be a small battle. It's Felix Superman from Denmark in the lead. Mangina is actually satisfied with that 2nd place, not doing an aggressive. But here we have a battle. Battle of the Giants. It is APC under attack by Yoda. It's Alexander Menino coming in. It is one of the best battles we can see in eSport. And let's see this textbook attack. There we go. Alexander Menino throwing dirty air on APC. Great job. Coming down there. Great job. See how he's attacking. Coming in front of APC with more speed. 3 knots. That's a textbook attack. APC's turn to do it, but Need to Breed coming in, ruining the battle. He wants to join in. It's a win for Felix Superman. Second for Mangina. Penalty APC. Alexander Menino killing everybody. It looks like he took up the torpedoes and just shot them down. Need to Breed. Need to go away. D-Fix in third. JJ Denmark 6. APC drops another penalty. Drops from third. Actually from fourth to 8. Alexander Menino. Yoda, the Grandmaster. Go losing on the finish line to the Spanish. That he must not be satisfied with that because he could actually penalizing the Spanish player. But let's see how that went. Tadu, Sidid, Matt USA. He's blaming the connection of internet why he's 11. And let's just see him. He's very relaxed there. And it is coffee he has in the glass behind us, below us there. And that's him coming in here. What a true sportsman, finishing the race, don't disconnecting and not throwing with his glass in studio. Great race. Felix Superman with a victory in race number 3 in round 2. Then we have Mangina in second. We have D-Fix third. Alexander Menino fourth. Need to Breathe fifth. JJ Denmark 6. Number 7 APC 8. Sidid 9. Tad 10. And Matt Superman. Matt USA, not Superman, kidding, 11. Then we have Need to Breathe best start. Mangina sailed the shortest distance. Felix Superman actually won the first upwind race and defended his position all the way. The same thing with Mangina. Good race by all of them. We are getting ready for the last race of today's qualification. They have been doing 8 races when this is over. It's a J boat coming in. Top 40 will go into to the qualification tomorrow, and there they will battle for getting into the final. And tomorrow we will be joined by Alec Wilkinson here in studio, and we will really push it a higher level up also this stream. But remember one thing, support those who are supporting us, and the winner is winning a tacking watch like this. And welcome back. We're getting ready for race number 4 in a few seconds, and we're going to go into the last group. We're going to find a group we want to see, and we are just watching in here, and it's such fantastic organizing. The organizers have been doing a great job there. The servers is up now, and then they say to the competitors, there's 3 minutes to start. You have 3 minutes to join in. If you're not in, you'll get a DNS. And we are coming into the last race. As I remember, it is the group with. Let's see who's the group with. We're going into it. It's not Matt USA. It's not Falcon Falls with Xyq. It's maybe the group with Philippine. While we're waiting for that server to start, remember to support who is supporting us. If you're hungry and after the isolation want to have something to eat, then this is a good place to go. and we are getting ready for the next race. We're just waiting for that server we want to see to be prepared, because we have been seeing the 3 groups, and this is the last groups, and we promise all of you fans out there to watch minimum 2 races in each group. This group we have seen that with Falcon Foils. We're just watching, and while we're waiting that, just please enjoy how Matt USA he's enjoying there. He's sitting behind right now and telling in Danish his tactics is to make people not being afraid of him. Then they might just let him sail away, and he actually doing a great job there. And right now he's laughing because as you remember, we are forgetting that we have the studio commentators with us today, and that's okay. We can translate, speak a language, and we just translate here in studio. And tomorrow you can't not either speak French, Spanish, or Italian, because Alec Wilkinson is joining in. We have just chosen a server we're going to see, so let's go in and see the one with Viking Racer, Laser, and those coming in, because race number 4 coming up. It's the J boats. It's the last race in round 1 and 2 in the Open Danish Championship. Who will be in top 40? Who will go to the qualifications tomorrow? Who will be able to qualify to the finals? Will it be Viking Racer, as we're seeing here? Will it be Laser? Will it be Kalur? Will it be Nygaard, Torbjørn, Clark 123, Faberlife, Enborg, Cobra's Captain, Denmark Julio, Petra, Akko Christino, or Dirty Diana? I love that name. Dirty Diana. We can speak in many ways. We can both shout it out, and we can also do it more exciting. Let's get ready. 13 skippers in this race. They are positioning themselves. Right now, they are planning that tactics and strategy. They're watching the top left corner. They're watching the radar. The radar is an estimate what's going to happen within the next 12 seconds. So they really need to focus on that radar. But at the same time, you can see out there in front of us, we can see a dark area, light area. The dark area is where the harder breeze is. The light area is where there's a less breeze. It's actually lighter wind, if we have to say it the right way. We have the committee boat and the pin end. And right now we can see a small battle to go to the pin end. It's the dark blue boat against the yellow boat. So it might be Clark 123 and Arco Cristiano, but let's see how that will unfold. 12 seconds. Last race in this round 1 and 2. After this race, we will get a notification who goes into the qualification and the final tomorrow. Right now, massive penalties and the start going on. That is the start. It looks like Julio, Denmark, starting 9th, Nygaard 5th, Dirty Diana, of course, she is in the lead, but it's Clark 123 coming in. He wants to show that he will be in the qualification and the final tomorrow. And after this race, we will also have an exclusive interview with Matt USA, also speaking with him about his performance today, but also what we're going to experience tomorrow. So maybe we'll have him to stand up, maybe doing some gymnastics or anything else for us. But let's see here. Laser 16 coming up. Torbjørn back 11. Clark 123 in the lead. This is good races by Clark. Clark, first time I saw him was actually four months ago in the local sailing club of Scoreboard Yacht Club. There I saw him to an introduction night, actually day of e-sailing. We went out there and doing the introduction, and Clark, he was one of the participants there. He surprises me saying, "Hey, I've been playing this game for 2 years, but I'm dropping in and out of it because there hasn't been any competitions." And since then, the competitions has come in, and Clark has been one of those participating in most of them. Clark, we know a lot about stats about him. He's 30 years old. He has kids. He's working from Dansk in the sales department. So that's how he is. And right now, I know he's sitting home in his living room playing this. And last time he was doing that, the kids was climbing around him, and the wife was telling, maybe you shouldn't play that much computer and instead of focus on your kids. But this is a Danish championship, so today he was allowed to play it. And see here, he's coming in starport, he's coming in third. Petra from Belgium coming in, but in the lead, it's Nygaard, Denmark. Argo Cristiano coming in. Penalty to Dirty Diana. Playing that dirty, actually tried to win on the inside, but the other boats came from outside of the marked room in a starport. Faber Live, Christian Faber, one of the young, really active guys. Also here, he's currently in 8, and he actually wrote already before, maybe he jinxed it a little bit, I will be in the qualification and the final tomorrow. They're getting ready for this huge battle downwind. Watch this. This is the battle of the giants. Argo Cristiano getting a penalty. See the wind shadow coming up. The wind shadow is 30 meters big of this boat. It means a difference in 1 to 3 knots in downwind race. The boat is all so damn close to each other. Nygaard going to one side. Petra and Clark going opposite. This might need that. Nygaard is losing his position. Clark 1, 2, 3 winning that one. Great rounding there. And let's watch that rounding here again. In downwind race, the boat is all so damn close to each other. Nygaard going to one side, Petra and Clark going opposite. This might need that. And again, a good example about how these roundings are so damn important. Choosing the right side. Clark came from third, second. Came into the lead, but now we can see Nygaard has been a little bit lucky with the wind upwind, getting the wind more into the sails from the side, where Clark is going a little bit against it, but Clark is so damn close to Nygaard now that we're going to have one of these battles downwind. If Clark is doing it right, he might taking over the lead. It's going to be mano mano, and if they're battling too much, the Belgian will come in and take over. This is going to be very interesting what we're going to see. Denmark, Julio in 4th, and Enborg in 5th. Argo Cristiano in 6th. Dirty Diana in 7th. Small battle here behind. It's Faber Live. Oh, it's not his day. 10th position. Maybe we shouldn't throw the commentator's curse on them. Interesting choice. Nygaard tacking away from Clark. He's going into lighter wind. This means Clark is speeding up, taking over the lead. He's 0.4 knots, 0.6 knots faster than Nygaard. But Nygaard is trying to find some wind, and it looks like it's a little bit more dark in the region over there coming in. And that's very close. But Clark 1, 2, 3 is in a good position. The Danish sailor, Clark 1, 2, 3, he's in the lead now, 15 meters in front of Nygaard, but he's under pressure. Petra from Belgium trying to throw dirty air, but luckily for Clark, Denmark, Julio goes into that battle against the Belgian. That's giving a gap to Clark, and the two boats battling each other. See, they're trying to ram each other. Let's see the finish here. It's the finish. It's going to be Clark winning it. Nygaard will get second. Nothing will change there, but let's go to the battle opposite side. Here, Petra is winning that battle. Dirty Diana comes in. Julio coming in. Let's go to the finish line. We want to see who's taking it. Petra 3rd. The Belgian takes it. Denmark, Julio 4th. Dirty Diana 5th. Sneaks in and takes 5th. And then Enborg in the opposite side. Lighter wind. Drops to 7. Cobra captain. Laser coming in from Norway. Torbjørn Bach. Argo Cristiano from Argentina. And there we have the finish of race number 4 in this group. Congratulations with the victory for Clark 1, 2, 3. Interesting to see if this is making him coming into top 40 in all this group. Nygaard 2nd, Petra 8th, 3rd, then Julio 4th, Dirty Diana 5th, Kulio 6, Enborg 7, Laser 8, Copras 9, Argo Cristiano 10, Faber Life 11, Torbjørn Bach 12, Viking Racer goes in 13. And we see the stats. Petra with the best start from Belgium. Dirty Diana sailed the shortest distance, but got 6 penalties. I'm not sure 6 penalties, because then she's very impressive of not losing momentum on the penalties. I'm more thinking 2-3 penalties to Dirty Diana. But we can see Clark was winning the downwind race, as we foreseen here on the channel. That was round 1 and round 2 this Saturday morning, afternoon here in Central Europe time, and late night for the Australians there. And let's see if we can have a special interview with Matt USA or Mads Erhardt in a few sec. We just need to have him to go into the studio. And Mads, before getting you into studio, can we maybe have you? Yeah, I would like you to come a little bit closer to the camera so we can see you. Just move the chair. It's okay. And see, right now we will go into the mix zone after this small commercial from some of the event organizers today. And welcome to the mix zone. In front of me here we have Matt USA. He's not angry. He's actually a Dane with a smile at the moment, helping organizing this in KDU. And welcome in studio, Mads Erhardt.
Thanks, Thomas. Yeah. It's good to be here.
Yeah. How is it to organize and be part of the first Open Danish Championship?
Well, it's always fun when you're working with something that you're passionate about, and you have a lot of great people coming and they like what you do, and that's how it kind of started in the Royal Danish Yacht Club. We started, a couple of guys that was meeting down at the local clubhouse back when we could do that, and then it kind of grew from there, and we did more and more races. We did our Tuesday series that became more and more popular. We did some of it online. We did some of them physical, and we kind of had to learn the ropes because this is different than organizing a traditional regatta out on the water. So we kind of just started doing it and got more and more people on, and sometimes it was very stressful, and we were fighting with getting the right results, getting the results in, figuring out who was sailing, who was not sailing, who was in the right group, who was not in the right group, and stuff like that. So it's fun, but it can be a little bit stressful around result time.
Yeah. It's fun to see how it has been developed in Denmark the last 4 months, and you guys has been doing a great job with it. But Mads, you have more than one hat on in this. You're also part of Ziko event organizing in Denmark at the moment, and they also jumped into this e-sailing world here. What do you think about the big events coming in? Is that a good or bad thing when we can't sail?
Well, I think it's a really good thing because it helps, get more focus on the game and attract more users. So we have a chance of getting more casual users in, and once they find out, hey, this is a great game, this is fun, I can even use it to improve my tactical skills on the race course if you're a sailor. Some people are not sailors, and they can just say, hey, listen, I can go and compete against some great sailors. There's so much more to it when you have, big organizations, SailGP, America's Cup, coming in, participating. That way, we get the word spread. We get a bigger crowd of people sailing. It's always more fun when there's more sailing. So I think, this is all good.
I'm amazed to see how esport is growing at the moment. You and I are both living in Denmark. The country with one of the best bandwidths in the world, and esport is a huge part of our DNA. Where do you see the future of e-sailing and this esport part in a competition level?
I have to admit, because I also have a background in gaming and on the esports scenario, predominantly in the FPS, like first-person shooter, the football, the strategy games. And I don't think we unfortunately will make that a level where we have like huge teams, huge crowds. You know, we will fill the Royal Arena here in Copenhagen with about 30,000 people watching a Counter-Strike game. So I don't think we're going to see it there, but I do see that we will see an increase in users, and probably also an increase both in the level of sailing, but also, you know, when we get more users on, we also are starting getting a more traction with sponsors. And of course, you know, we are super happy with our sponsors of today, you know, with Norbjerg coming in, with Tacking Master coming in, with Helgot coming in. And of course, also, you know, the fact that the Danish Sailing Association recognize the fact that, you know, e-sailing is something we should take serious. So that's one component. The other component is, of course, the game itself. And earlier in the week, we have to admit we had serious discussions in the organizing group, which is Philip Gule, Viking Racer, Lucas Moore, and myself. And then Falcon Foils joined our team as well, in regards to the speed boost that we saw earlier this week in the game. Because for us, it's very important that it is a fair and realistic game. So it doesn't become like kind of an arcade game where you basically can win just by sailing into each other and, you know, sailing in the lee of someone else. So the publisher, the developer of the game, has a big responsibility to ensure that the game will continue to be realistic and fun to play.
Yeah, and that's I've also been working with esport for a long time. Been doing also first-person shooters and all that good stuff there. But here we have a sports simulator, and sports simulators. In the start, and when we started up with e-sailing, when we did the first World Championship, we saw 50% sailors and 50% non-sailors. But right now we're seeing 88% sailors and 12% non-sailors in this game. And how does that inflict to the game, especially with the rules about speed boost and all these kind of things? Can we fill the frame from sailing into an esport, or shall we find a mixed path for it to make it a success?
I think if we have to look at the game and make that a success, I truly believe that we have to do it mixed. Because else it's not going to become mainstream. The mixed part is important, and I think you're doing a great job with commenting, especially on the tactics part of it, because, you know, non-sailors need to understand the normal physics of sailing. You know, how, hey, it's about sailing the shortest distance when you're sailing upwind. It's about looking at the wind shifts. It's looking about like the pressure when we do these things, and of course also finding free lanes. So I think, you know, we have some education to do to the non-sailors, and to the sailors, including myself. You know, we just have to become better at our tactics, right?
Yeah, and it's funny with the tactics. You and I could speak for a long time, but if we're seeing some of the players at the World Championship this year, they were all sailors. Either youth sailors or actually World Cup sailors like Bartlam Briggs from the Netherlands. He's so close to qualifying to the Olympics, and he was there in the World Championship final in this e-sailing game. Mads, thank you for joining in studio. We will see in a few sec who is going into the final, the qualification final tomorrow. Only 14 players is going in there. But before doing that, if you miss sailing, then here's a video just to make that feeling a little bit bigger. And welcome back in studio. We're getting the scoreboard in here, and right now we are getting ready to see who qualified to the qualification tomorrow. and we'll also get some more news from the admins of this, how the final will be. But here is the scoreboard, who qualified in, who is the 14 players lucky to be in the Open Danish Championship finals and the qualifiers tomorrow. And when we are watching this, it's nice to say that Danish Lucas Moore is in the lead with a first place with 7 points. Alexandro Melino, the Grandmaster, the Yoda of e-sailing, second with 12 points. The Positive Loser, 13 points. Xyq Turkey, 14 points. Felix Superman, 16 points. Rune from Denmark, 19 points. Then Julio, 22 points. Mangina, Australia, 22 points. Enborg, 23 points. Enevoldsen, 24 points. Laser, 16 from Norway, 26 points. El Capitan, 29 points. JJ Denmark, 29 points. Martin Fernandez, the top Portuguese sailor that's winning the Portuguese J-Boat League, dropping to 14 with 33 points. Need to Breed from Spain, 33 points. Petra from Belgium, 34 points. Kongstad, 34 points. Clark 123 just sneaks in 18th with 36 points. F18 Denmark, and F18, thank you for sharing this show in the F18 group, is 14 points. Joanna Banana, oh, I love that names, 20 points, position 20. Then we have APC. We saw him top perform, but he got under pressure and lost the race in one of the races. We saw 21 points. Dirty Diana, 22 points. Roxy Joni, Barak, Anton Sol, Defix, Skipper Colt, Polar, Pirate, Matt USA managed to keep in after that really bad life, actually getting a better position than Faber Life. Argo, Cristiano, Kulur, Torbjørn Bach, Denmark 07, Cobra's captain, the mothership, Sidid, Torshell, Helle Ørum, congratulations to Helle qualifying, and Tadø coming in position 14. Great race, really great racing, and that's how it's going to be here. And tomorrow we go into a qualifier, and after this break I will tell how this qualifier will be played tomorrow. Remember to support those who are supporting us, and remember to support those who are supporting the sailing world. And here is some of those supporting Danish Sailing Union all the way.
Hey Tom, congratulations on your anniversary and thanks for the support during all the years.
Hi Tom, congrats with the 130-year anniversary.
Thank you very much for all your support. It makes a big difference for us here in our Olympic campaign, and we are proud to be on board your team.
Hi Tom, thank you so much for all the support. Yeah, and happy anniversary.
Hello Tom, happy anniversary. We're very thankful for your support during all the years. It makes a big difference for us when we are out on the blue water sailing and you support us. Thank you.
Happy anniversary, Tom. Thank you so much for all the support throughout all the years.
See you in Tokyo!
And this was tonight's show. We're getting ready for the qualifications tomorrow. Please stay tuned. We will tell more about it. We will post the 14 players coming in and how the qualifications and the final will be tomorrow. It's going to be very exciting what's going to happen. This is the first Open Danish Championship. Thank you for all of you watching. Please like and share what we're doing. Please like and share Danish Sailing Union's Facebook page, KDU's Facebook page, and I hope to see all of you again tomorrow. We will be online 10 Paris time in the morning, same time as today, and going to see some very exciting races coming up. Before going out, here's some of the main prizes we are going to win tomorrow. Thank you for the sponsors. This is Tacking Master. You can win a watch, and you can also win a gift card to Nordbjerg.
Hi, I'm Tom Slingsby, skipper of the Australian Xyq F50 team. Today we're going to have a look at what's in my kit bag and what suits I like to wear on the water. Firstly, we have the Xyq Aeroshell pants. These are what I like to use in training often. Sometimes I want to get in and out of my sailing gear quickly and I don't really want to wear a wetsuit, so I use the Xyq Aeroshell pants. Really good for a quick sail out on the water, back in, very fast. Secondly is my favourite suit on the market. This is the Xyq Super Warm. I use this in colder locations such as San Francisco, New York, and here in the UK. Extremely comfortable, very warm, also water resistant. This has been my favourite suit in lasers and now in the F50. Next we have the Xyq Dinghy boot. I like this boot, lightweight, plenty of grip, laced up so you don't have to worry about zips breaking on you. Lots of grip, and I use this all the time on the F50. This is the only boot I use, plenty of grip to cross the boat quickly. I love that boot. Next we have the Micro Fleece Xyq suit. This one's more for your warmer weather conditions. This is the suit I wore in Sydney, and hopefully I'll be using this in Marseille at the end of the year. Warmer conditions, a little bit lighter than the Super Warm, very comfortable, and there's no restrictions at all. It's very stretchy and you can get across the boat with no restrictions. Finally, here we have the Xyq Eco Suit. This is almost identical to the Xyq Micro Fleece suit, but it's made up of recycled plastic bottles. That's something I'm extremely passionate about, and I'm fortunate that Xyq are leading the way in the marine industry for a eco-friendly suit, so I can't wait to get this on at this regatta. So that's what I have in my kit bag. We're very fortunate to have Xyq on board. They make the best sailing gear in the world.